Mobility Challenge at Red Mountain Resort. My name's Katrina. I'm a personal trainer and melt instructor here at Red Mountain, and I wanted to show you over the next 7 days how you can improve your range of motion and make your body feel better every single day. We're going to be doing a series of mobility exercises that's going to improve your mobility throughout the hips, the spine, and the shoulders. Mobility is very important as to how your body functions from day to day. A lot of us already know about strength training, cardio, and flexibility, but how many of you are familiar with mobility? How many of you know where you lack mobility in your body and where you have the freedom to move the way you like to? When we improve mobility, everything we do becomes stronger. We move freer through space, our exercises become more efficient, and they become safer. Improving your mobility is going to improve your recovery and your performance. You can do these types of exercises every day, whether you're using them to warm up before you play a sport, lift weights in the gym, or go for a run, or you're utilizing them on your recovery days when you don't want to do so much exercise. They're going to help everything function better throughout your body. So join me for the next 7 days and see how much better you feel when you improve your full body mobility. I'm Katrina, and over the next 7 days, I'm going to show you how you can improve mobility throughout your entire body. Whether you want to improve your athletic performance, decrease chronic pain, or just feel better on a day-to-day basis, movement can be so therapeutic, and it's safe to do every single day. So over the next 7 days, I'm going to challenge you to try each of these drills and see how much better your body feels. We're going to start with our ankles because everything begins with the feet. So we're going to start with a knee-to-wall drill where we stand facing the wall. We're going to take the right toes up against the wall here and step the left foot back. I want you to think about having your feet on train tracks rather than a tightrope. So a nice wide stance will feel a little more stable here. Hands are going to be up against the wall, and we're slowly going to drive our right knee towards the wall. I want you to pause when you get here and make sure you have a good view of your big toe. It's important the front heel stays down, but it is okay if the back heel lifts. So we're going to perform 4 reps here, bringing the knee towards the wall, making sure we're tracking over the second and third toe. So ensuring you have a view of the big toe will make sure your knee is in alignment. If that feels comfortable, you're going to scooch back about an inch from the wall and you're going to continue on here. So this drill makes a great assessment to test your ankle mobility. Can you still get the knee to the wall while keeping the front heel down? If so, and it's comfortable, you can go back a little further. Now, ideal range here would be about 3 to 4 inches away from the wall. You want to be mindful not to force anything. If you're feeling pain and tightness in the Achilles, ease off, right? So you just work with the range you have, and over time, it will improve. Check back tomorrow where we're going to talk about mobilizing the shoulders with the Broomstick Stretch. Good morning. Welcome back to day 2 of our 7-day mobility challenge. I'm Katrina here at the beautiful Red Mountain Resort, and today I'm going to show you how to mobilize your shoulder girdle using the Broomstick Stretch. Now, you can use a broomstick for this exercise, but I personally like to use a resistance band because it's got a little stretch which can be helpful. You could also use a scarf or a tie, anything long and light lying around the house. So for this exercise, we're going to take a nice shoulder width stance here with our feet. Arms are going to be holding the band out in front of the hips. They'll stay straight the whole time. The wider your grip is here, the more freedom you're going to have throughout this movement. So we're going to start by reaching the arms up and around and then circling them back behind the back. And we're just going to repeat this for 8 to 10 reps here. We want to be mindful to keep the shoulders down away from the ears. A tendency can be to shrug the shoulders up as you reach the band overhead. Another thing you want to be careful of, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what's happening with my ribs here. I often see the ribs jut out as we reach the arms back. So we want to be mindful, keep the ribs locked into place, and find stability throughout the rest of your body as you reach the arms up and around. So that's the Broomstick Stretch. If you want to learn how you can mobilize and care for your spine, check back in tomorrow where we're going to talk about the cat-cow. Good morning, welcome back to day 3 of our 7-day mobility challenge here at Red Mountain Resort. I'm Katrina, and today I'm going to show you how to do the cat-cow. We're going to begin here on our hands and knees, and this exercise is going to be great for mobilizing the entire spine. If you've got low back pain or even upper back or neck pain, this will help with that. But it's also just going to get the whole back nice and warm. So we're going to come onto our hands and knees. We want the knees stacked directly under the hips and the hands under the shoulders. I want you to think about spreading the fingers nice and wide and then gripping the fingertips into the mat. We're going to start with a neutral spine here, so the back will be nice and flat. You're going to start to inhale as you begin with the tailbone. So we tilt the tailbone up. As we do this, the belly drops. We'll squeeze the shoulder blades together on the back, lift the chest, and gaze up towards the sky. From here, again, we start with the tailbone. So as you exhale, you curl the tailbone under, and you begin to round through the back, and you finish by dropping the crown of the head towards the ground. And you'll just move here with your breath, inhaling as you tilt the tailbone, drop the belly, and shift the gaze up. And exhaling as you tuck the tailbone, round the upper back, and drop the crown of the head down. You want to think about creating a wave with your spine. So the first thing to move is the tailbone, and the last thing to move is the head. Come back tomorrow to find out how we're going to increase mobility throughout our thoracic spine. If you sit at a desk all day, this one's going to be really great for you, so make sure you tune back in for that. Welcome back to day 4 of our 7-day mobility challenge. I'm Katrina here at Red Mountain Resort, and today I'm going to show you the thoracic spine rotation. Your thoracic spine is the area of your upper back that lies just between the shoulder blades. And if you sit at a desk all day, spend a lot of time driving or traveling, or spend a lot of time on a mobile device, chances are you've got limited range of motion throughout your thoracic spine, specifically in rotation. Now, if you've got limited mobility in your thoracic spine, it's going to lead to shoulder issues, neck issues, maybe even tension headaches and migraines. So you can work on this exercise daily to improve rotation throughout your thoracic spine or T-spine. We're going to begin on our forearms and our knees. Your elbows are under the shoulders and your hips are over the knees. One hand comes behind the head, and as you inhale, you reach that elbow up towards the sky. As we exhale, we round down, connecting our elbows together. Inhaling, reaching back up. Now this drill also makes a great assessment. So ideally, that elbow points straight to the ceiling. But if instead you point out towards the side wall, you know you've got limited mobility throughout your thoracic spine. Now I don't want you to force anything, so if this is where you end, this is where you end. You work on this daily, and with consistency, you will see that range of motion improve over time. Come back tomorrow to see telescoping. This is another great drill for the thoracic spine. This one's going to feel lovely, once again, if you sit at a desk all day or spend a lot of time driving in a car. Welcome back to day 5 of our 7-day mobility challenge with Katrina here at Red Mountain Resort. Today I'm going to show you telescoping. Telescoping is really great for improving rotation throughout the thoracic spine. We talked about this yesterday, so you probably know T-spine is this area in between your shoulder blades here on the upper back. And when we have limited rotation throughout our thoracic spine, it leads to shoulder issues, neck pain, tension headaches, and migraines. This exercise we're going to do, telescoping, makes a great cool down after an upper body workout, but it's also something that can be done daily to improve rotation throughout the T-spine. We're going to lie down on our side on a mat. You can do this in bed as well. So I like to have a cushion under my head, and if it's comfortable for you, you could also put a pillow between your knees. We'll find ourselves in this side-lying position here with both arms extended, hands out in front of the chest. From here, we're going to reach forward with the top arm, reaching the fingertips as far as we can out in front of us. And then we're slowly going to begin to draw back, tracing our way up the arm on the ground. You'll pass the palm and the wrist, the elbow, and then you'll go past the shoulder and the collarbone, extending that arm all the way out to the other side of the room, forming a T position with the arms. From here, you're going to sweep the arm back to the starting position, reach forward, and trace your way back. We're mimicking the motion of pulling on a bow and arrow here. This should be very slow and hypnotic. Take your time with it. And if you'd like to get creative, you can play with the way you come back to the starting position. So another thing I like to do here is after you find yourself in the T formation, you can circle the arm overhead to bring the hands back together. You'll perform 6 to 8 reps and then turn around and do the same thing on the other side. Come back tomorrow where I'm going to show you how to do a spinal wave. So this is another one that's really going to care for the health of your spine from top to bottom. Welcome back to day 6 of our 7-day mobility challenge here at Red Mountain Resort. I'm Katrina, and today I'm going to show you another drill you can use to mobilize your spine and hips. We're going to begin in a child's pose and work our way into Cobra, and then just move back and forth between the two. So we're going to find ourselves down on the mat on our knees. I want you to see if you can get your knees as wide as the mat. Now the different thing here with this child's pose is the ankles will be wide as well. So the knees and ankles will be lined up with the edges of your mat. You're going to walk the hands as far out as you can as you sink the hips back between the heels. You're stretching the arms out in front of you. The thumbs will point towards each other with about 3 inches of space in between your thumbs. From here, you're going to shift your gaze in between your hands, and you're going to begin to roll through your spine as you roll forward, and then drop the hips down, gazing towards the ceiling, sliding the shoulders down away from the ears, coming into a Cobra pose. Again, initiating that wave, we round through the spine, push the hips back between the heels, and find ourselves back into child's pose. Shifting the gaze back up towards the hands, roll your way up, drop the hips, creating space between the shoulders and the ears as you gaze up towards the sky. And then we make our way back to child's pose. This one's going to be really good at finding space and relieving tension through the hips while mobilizing the spine from top to bottom at the same time. Come back tomorrow where we're going to work the inner thighs and hips with some inner thigh rocks. Welcome back to the final day of our 7-day mobility challenge here at Red Mountain Resort. I'm Katrina, and today I'm going to show you how to mobilize your inner thighs and groin area while releasing the hips. We're going to do an inner thigh rock here today. So you're going to come onto your hands and knees. Your hands will actually be off of the mat here. You'll extend one leg out to the side. And if you have the range here, you can scooch this knee out. So find a place that's comfortable for you. If you need a little more depth, you'll bring the knee out wider. From here, we walk the hands slightly in front of the shoulders, and then we sink the hips back towards the heel. We hold here for a moment, noticing a nice stretch through the inner thigh on the extended leg, and then we rock forward, stacking the shoulders above the wrists, now feeling a stretch in the opposite hip flexor. We sink back to the heel, and then rock forward. So this one's really good at releasing those groin muscles, mobilizing the hips, and we also get a nice little hip flexor stretch in here as well. So this one's going to be excellent at freeing up some space. It's going to help you squat, lunge, and hinge better in the gym. So if you like to enjoy leg day, this is a great one to warm up before you go into your workout. You can do these exercises every day, so I really hope you keep this up. I personally love to do mobility in the morning. It's a big part of my morning routine. I find it's a nice way to get the body warmed up and ready to go. Thank you so much for joining me for this 7-day mobility challenge. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite exercises were and if you have any requests for future challenges.